it's Danielle from Rosetta Vera. I'm here today doing a marker video. This is about the big intensity permanent markers in the ultra fine edition. I did the fine edition in another video. You can see that on my channel if you're interested. And I did the metallics in another video. You can see that. I think this is the last video I'm going to do for the day because it's rainy today. My light isn't fantastic, so hopefully this goes okay. So these are the ultra fine markers. There's 24 in the pack. They have a unique snap cap that keeps everything from drying out. They're low odor, non-slip grip, long lasting, quick drying, fade, and water water resistant. Sorry about that. It doesn't talk about bleed through or ghosting. With the metallic markers, I didn't get any bleed through. I did get a little ghosting, but with the regular fine markers, I definitely got bleed through where it went on to the next page. So these are the ultra fine. Let's see what our experience is going to be with those. So let's open this up. It should be pretty easy to open. The last one was. Okay. And I'm going to leave them in the pack. The cases on these markers are different from the fine markers. The fine markers, let me pull one out. The caps are a full color, but if you look here, you can tell these are silver all the way through, and then you only see the cap on the little clip part and the barrel, the band around the barrel. So that's the difference in the fine and the ultra fine. These also have the names of the colors on the marker, like the other two sets I did, and it looks like the marker names at first glance looks like they're the same names. So if you buy both packs, the way you could tell the difference, so let me pull this out because this probably is the same color I was looking at. The way you can tell the difference, this is Desert Rose and that's Pink Topaz. Where's Desert Rose at? Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. Those are the metallic markers. Hold on a second. So, Desert Rose in the fine tip. Desert Rose in the metallic tip. I mean, in the extra fine tip. And then this was Pink Topaz in the metallic. So that'll give you an idea of what the pen casings look like across the markers. So the metallic one has kind of a shimmery look and a full color cap. The regular fine ones have a full color cap, and then the ultra fine have the, and it's ultra fine and extra fine is ultra fine, have the silver cases with the color on the clip and then the band. So hopefully that'll help you. If you buy all the sets, you can kind of tell which ones you're working with. I mean, they also say what tip size they have on the case, but let's be honest, we don't always look at what's written there. So just if you want a quick visual to tell which collection from which. Okay. Alright, so since these are already in a rainbow order, I'm just going to move them to the side, and I'm going to swatch them in my little notebook. So we're going to start with the greens first. Let's pull that out. Oops. So if I remember correctly, forest green should be first. Yes, so this is forest green. So let me pull out forest green in the fine tip. Should have done that when I had the Desert Rose out so you can see the difference between the tips. So here you have forest green in the fine tip, and this is forest green in the ultra fine. So that gives you an idea of what they look like, the difference in the tip. Definitely this is more like a fine liner. The ultra fine is more like a fine liner. And this is more like a Sharpie. The fine is more like a Sharpie. So that gives you an idea of the difference in the tips. Okay. Put that back before I lose it. also notice that without the caps on, they're very similar, but that's why you gotta look at the tip to see the difference. So here we go with forest green. Definitely handles like a fine liner. This is key lime. So if you were using this for artwork, you would want to line with these and maybe color with the regular fine line versus using, you know, the ultra fine to do any coloring. I mean, the swatch came out nice. I didn't feel like it was stiff like the flare markers I did last week, but I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't be mad at someone if they were like, yeah, I don't want to use those for coloring. I don't want to mess up my tips. I definitely get it. You know, I've ruined markers using them for the wrong application. So far the colors are looking very, very similar to the fine set. I'm trying to see something. So this marker barrel is a little different from the other ones. This is, ooh, that's hard to see. It is yellow blaze, but the barrel is different than the other ones. So I don't know why. This is a set. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. So it's probably hard to see, but that says intensity in yellow. And then the color name is here. Really hard to see. But this one is different. And from what I can see, this yellow is the only one that's made like that. So I'm not quite sure why that is. Let me see if any other ones come up like that. But that is the only one I see so far where the barrel is made that way. Let's see, this is, I don't know, maybe they're changing the barrels and I just got, you know, a random one in my pack. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other barrel that looks like that. So that's interesting. This is Peach Parfait. They write really nicely. If you wanted to journal with these, I think you would be fine. They write really nicely. We have to see if they bleed through the paper. That's the only thing I would say if you wanted to use them for writing applications. But as far as how they flow, ink flows nice. My handwriting is not traditional cursive, but it is very scripty, so I prefer a smooth marker. So what had happened was my camera stopped filming and I swatched all these markers for you and didn't know until I got up to turn the camera off. So I was debating, do I re-swatch all of them so that you can see what they look like, or do I just go ahead and show you the final result of all the colors and give you my final first thoughts about them. So so I think I'm just going to give you my first thoughts about them, my initial thoughts about them. If you'd like to see me swatch these out, maybe I'll just do a quick short and re-swatch them all over again with some music behind it and no commentary. But overall, I like these markers. I like the colors. I like how they match up to the fine markers, the fine marker set. I think the colors are, the same match. There's no difference. Sometimes when you buy a different set of markers from the same company, the colors can be different, but they look like they match completely. I like the flow of the ink and the give on the tips. I feel like you could easily use these for journaling or for artwork and not feel like you are stressing your hand out. Like, I think with the flare markers, I'm more likely to like sketch something out and then use the flare marker to go back and trace over them. These, I feel like you could just draw with them straight. I mean, if you felt confident that you weren't going to make mistakes, you could just draw with them straight. They have a nice flow. What else can I tell you? I mentioned this in the fine video, but the colors are very warm, and I think that's important when you're thinking about the mood of a piece you're doing. If you have some warmer ink, it gives a different feeling versus cooler ink. So I think that's important too. You definitely see that warmth in the plum tones here. These aren't cool purples. These are very warm purples. Again, I really like the blues and the pastels in this pack. Those are the things that stood out to me the most. As I was swatching them, and even as I look at them now, those are the colors that pop to me, are the blues, the purples, and the pastels here. Again, talking about that warm tone and the ink, if you look at the red is very warm. The comparison I would make is the strawberry scone and the flare markers, the Papermate flare markers Sunday brunch collection. Their strawberry scone color, which was supposed to be their red, had a lot of blue to it, where it looked almost like a dark fuchsia versus a red. Here you have a warmer red, leaning into orange. The thing that comes to mind for makeup people out there, it's like the difference between Max Russian Red and Max Ruby Woo. One is very, very warm, one is very cool. They're both red, but they're definitely two different colors. The other things I would probably bring up is the price. The price on these are amazing for what you're getting. I got the metallic set, the fine set, and the ultra fine set for $16 on Amazon. I think one set by itself is $10. So if you can get the bundle, definitely go for it. I'll put the link in the comments box if anybody's looking to pick those up. I myself found out about the link from watching a YouTube video. Again, I think it's Color and Recover, and I'll put that video below also. But $16 for 224 packs of markers plus an 8-pack of metallics is an amazing price. I don't know how long these will last you for. The ink felt good. I didn't feel like, oh my god, I'm going to run out of ink in 2 weeks. But I couldn't tell you if these are markers where if you use them consistently over the next couple of months, they're going to be dry. The caps feel good. They feel like they would keep them from drying out, but I have to see how it goes. I think these could be a nice alternative to some fine liners. Like, I have some fine liners from Amazon. I'm still debating if I'm going to swatch those because I've had them a while, even though I haven't used them. These feel like they have a nicer feel. Like, I prefer a gel pen because I like the flow of a gel pen. And no, these don't flow like a gel pen, but they still flow nice. My handwriting is a mixture of print and script, so I have a very smooth way of writing, and these play nice with that. I think if you're a journaler, you will definitely like these. I think if you want to use them for art, you'll definitely like them. Would I color with these? I think you could, but my worry would be, is it going to mess up that fine tip? I'm going to say from my experience of using markers since I was a kid, yeah, excuse me, you could color with that fine tip and then all of a sudden your tip is garbage because that's not what it's for. So I wouldn't recommend doing that if you want to let these markers last a little while. I think that especially with the price of these markers, you can afford to get the bullet tip to go with this if you want to do coloring with these colors. I appreciate that the colors match the fine set. You know that you know that if you use a forest green from this kit and a forest green from the other kit, you're going to get the same color. I think I might have mentioned that already. I'm rambling a little bit now because I'm a little frustrated that I didn't get this whole thing recorded. But I think that's it for the video. If you have these markers, I'd love to know how you've experienced using them. If you haven't had these markers, I'm kind of curious, would you pick them up? Would you, take advantage of that deal? But other than that, as always, thank you for taking some time with me today. I'm sorry that I didn't get to swatch out all the colors here. Sometimes technology doesn't play nice with you. Again, if anybody's interested in seeing them swatched out, maybe I'll just swatch them out in a short and put that on my channel and you can check that out. And other than that, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.